Handerpants notwithstanding, some gifts are better than others.
Let's go on an adventure. Hello and welcome to Capricious Conversations. Thank you for joining us today. Just a reminder that there is one new piece of decoration on the set. This one is a little bit harder to spot, and Jackie's not going to eat it this time, so you're going to have to...
We hope. We really hope.
Jackie is in the studio today, again, so she may make an appearance, and hopefully she doesn't knock anything off.
So, just background, Jackie's an outside cat. She spends most of her time outside, but we let her in a couple times a day, or once a day, just to make sure there's no mice in the house. I mean, the whole reason we got them was for mice control, and they're amazing.
They're amazing. No mice at all.
So, letting her in once a day to roam and make sure that there's no vermin, I'm totally down with.
And she's also very cuddly and very friendly. So she may make an appearance again today. We'll see.
Who knows?
The fact of the matter is, friends, that some Christmas gifts are terrible.
Horrible.
And usually it's the result of either poor planning, miscommunication, or just a bad relationship.
or weird tradition.
Or weird tradition.
Like we talked about the other day. Like for some reason, and I still can't figure this out. I don't even know where it came from because I haven't done the research, but fruitcake. Why fruitcake? I mean, you take some fruit and you rubberize it, and then you put it in you put it in dough that's the consistency of a brick. And you make that for Christmas, and then you cover it in syrup, and then people stick it in the freezer until they throw it away. I don't know. I've never been able to figure out fruitcake.
Legitimately been given like homemade fruitcake as a gift.
Yeah,
and it was awful. It was terrible.
I have too, and it's just no fruitcake, please.
I think the person who gave it to me is actually no longer living, so I
maybe
can
it's one of those things where like the art
terrible.
of fruitcake making is like gone now, like they used to be.
I think there's got to be a fruitcake that's good, right?
You'd think.
Okay. Here's your job, internets. Find me a fruitcake that's good, and maybe I'll make it. We'll taste it on the show, and I'll let you know.
Or send us one. We'll be happy to sample it and give you credit and let you know if it's good or not.
Send us 2 or 3 recipes, and we'll figure out which one's the best.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyways, we're here today to go through the worst gifts of all time, and also at the end, we're going to give you a little bit of tips on how you cannot be a terrible gift giver. So, keep in mind that these are ranked by us, not anybody else. This is just our opinion.
These are just our opinion. Okay, so here's the thing. There is a jewelry designer in Australia, and her name is Polly Vanderglass. She uses actual teeth in her jewelry.
Really?
Yes. I am not totally sure if it's like, teeth of a loved one who's passed on or something, but even so,
gruesome. Yeah, that's just gruesome.
Or where she gets the teeth. I'm kind of scared to ask. Actually.
Yeah. Any jewelry made out of things that have been removed from your body.
Yeah.
Just generally, I would think not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy who saves, people send him like the staples and screws and things that they've had taken out of their body after surgery or something, and he'll make jewelry out of that.
Yeah.
So
gross.
no.
Gross gifts are a no-no, guys.
Yuck.
For real. Ew.
Yeah. Not nice.
She has actually one piece of jewelry that's it's supposed to look like brass knuckles, but it's teeth.
Well,
it would be like biting somebody.
It would be effective, yeah.
It would only be effective as long as the teeth lasted, because teeth are not.
Even if they only last the first time, I mean, it's gonna make an impression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Moving on.
Well, so my favorite ones are like the ones that have a little bit of story after them.
Yes.
So there's this young boy, 11 years old, and he had gone to school and they had started, band and things like that. He got turned on to the guitar. Totally psyched about the guitar. And so, like, for a whole year, he said, I want a wooden guitar. Mm-hmm. And just went on and on and on about it. For his birthday, for Christmas, he let his parents know that he wanted a wooden guitar. Mm-hmm. And I wish I had more to the story, because I'm hoping that his parents didn't really speak English that well or something. Because on Christmas morning, there's a nice wrapped big rectangle piece under the tree. He's all excited. He unwraps it, and it's a piece of wood with a guitar drawn on it.
Aww.
It's a wall hanging. I really
That's
want
so
to think that this like I could make a whole movie out of this. Like the parents are immigrants, they don't speak English very well, and they're like, oh, wooden guitar, okay, and they go out of their way to find a nice piece of wood, and they draw a guitar on it and paint it, and they're all proud of it, and it's just not what he wants at all.
I can totally see that being a miscommunication because honestly, I don't know of many guitars that aren't made out of wood. So.
Well, they have some now that are made of plastic, but you know,
And
what
very,
a bummer
very
though.
Few. But
What a
that's
bummer,
so
though.
disappointing.
And almost more disappointing is not knowing what happened at the end of the story.
I
Like, did somebody take pity on him? He did get a guitar, or did he just?
I feel like mom and dad probably were really trying hard on that one.
Yeah,
That's
super,
really
super
sad.
hard.
Some people
Yeah.
aren't trying as hard. So there's a story of a group of people who were spending Christmas at somebody's house, like an in-law or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
That is,
And,
as happens.
Yeah. So all the house guests come, you know, it's you know, Christmas weekend, whatever. They start handing out presents. And they realize amongst themselves that they have forgotten to bring a present for the host.
Uh-oh.
The person in whose house they are
Uh-oh.
staying.
Ooh, yeah.
That's pretty bad.
I mean, you don't want to. I mean, vengeful host, you could run out of toilet paper. Maybe there's no towels after the shower.
I mean, if you want to have a place to sleep after
yeah,
Christmas,
you know.
that might, you know.
Yeah, don't forget the host.
So they're frantic about it. They're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? And some dude was like, oh, I've got one for you. And he presented the host with his shower gel. Already opened bottle of shower gel.
Oh my. Well,
Nothing says you don't matter to me like an open bottle
or
of shower
maybe,
gel.
boy, you know, we've noticed your hygiene issues.
Right?
And we just want you to have this. Well, along those lines, the story of a young man that comes home for Christmas, comes home from college. Whole family goes to grandmother's house. Grandma's gotten presents for everybody, but she didn't know he was going to be there. And so she's frantically looking around for something. She sees somewhere in her house a $25 gift card to Target. That's not a bad gift.
Not bad.
I wouldn't
No,
mind
that's
the $25 gift card to
I dig Target.
You know, Target can be fun. So, and he's happy about it, and everybody's happy, and Grandma's, whew, she dodged the
Saves
bullet
the
on
day.
that one. Until he gets to Target and finds out that there's only 32 cents
Oh no.
left on the gift card. Yes, Grandma gave him an already used Target gift card.
Okay, but I'm just gonna say, if you don't give your granny notice that you're coming, you better be ready for a.
Well, but may
already
not have been
used
him.
gift
I mean, there's a whole chain. May have been the parents, may have been miscommunication. But yeah.
You gotta let people know you're coming if you want a gift. That's just rule number one. Going from there, so this guy and this gal, they were in their first year of marriage. It was their first Christmas together. And I'm not exactly sure where he worked, but every day he had to walk past a coal chute on his way to work.
Wow, he works up in the Northeast somewhere.
Somewhere where they're still using coal. And he thought it would be hilarious to give his wife some coal. His brand new wife. Very first Christmas. So he wraps it really
man.
nicely and puts it in her stocking.
Oh, man.
New wife didn't get the joke. As you can imagine. She was like in tears, like sobbing and devastated because she thought he was like trying to send her a message like this is not working out kind of a thing.
Oh no.
And she was like, it was apparently a really horrifying Christmas. Good news though.
Oh, yeah?
She's super duper forgiving and they're still happily married.
Oh,
so
my
good
goodness.
for you.
And hopefully he wasn't stupid. He went and apologized. And
I'm sure,
did
yeah.
whatever he
I'm
needed
sure
to
there was
do.
a lot of like, I just thought it would be funny.
Oh, man. We call that a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, how about the single lady that was given his and hers towels?
Single lady?
Single lady, yeah, because she should have a boyfriend and she should be prepared
Oh,
for
golly.
Yeah.
That's bad.
that. Ouch. That's no fun. Almost as bad as the, and I love this one, because as I've seen this, I've been tempted to do this. Not already used. But, you know, you get those Bath & Body Works lotion kits, right?
Yeah.
And then you may not like everything in them.
Sure.
So you use what you like, but you still got 2 or 3 things left over. You just rearrange the stuffing a little bit, you know, and you put them back in the basket and you can re-gift it. Well, that's kind of along these lines, except this one apparently had already been used and sampled.
That's
so
important.
she got half full bottles of lotion,
Oh, God.
shampoo, and hand wash from Bath & Body Works.
Yeah.
Nothing tells you your value like already used and rejected Bath & Body Works items
Right.
for Christmas.
This, I don't really like it, but I thought maybe you might, because you
Yeah.
like terrible stuff.
And again, you stink, maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
So as a teacher, you tend to get some weird gifts from kids occasionally. I think like, and you get some nice stuff, but some kids just give you weird stuff, like you know, like a stick of gum or whatever. Yeah, or he's like, I want to get you something, but they're kids, and you know. So you get weird stuff from kids. Not as weird as this one 4th grade teacher, though, who got an extra large Venus de Milo. Or not, sorry, not Venus de Milo. Venus of Willendorf statue.
Oh, yeah, picture's going on the screen right now.
Now, yes. She got an extra large one of that. Just for background, for those of you who are not familiar with the Venus of Willendorf, it is an ancient fertility statue.
It's like the oldest one.
It is. It's honestly the oldest one that's ever been found.
Oh, man.
A 4th grade teacher got it from a student. He was like super proud of himself, I'm sure. I actually don't know if it was a male student who gave it to her, but I can guess.
I would love it if it was like made out of butter.
Right?
You know, a giant butter Venus of Willendorf statue. Or like Floam. You know, something that was handmade.
I made this just for you.
I know you like art, so... or archaeology, so I got you this ancient fertility symbol.
Just wondering what kind of message that sends.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Ooh, goodness.
Don't know. There's a lot to that one.
Here's one that gets me every time. And if you do this and you're well-meaning, I that's great. I just don't understand it. What gets me is you get this thin rectangle package, you open it up, and it's a picture of the person giving you the picture. Like,
I just love you so much. I gave
Merry
you a picture
Christmas.
of me.
You know, of all the things I thought I could get you, a picture of me is the best thing. I want you to look at this every day of the year and think of me. That's what they want.
Alright, so for your apparently super childish friends or family.
Oh, I have those. I definitely have those.
We all have. Or, you know, kids or whatever. There's apparently a game called Plop Trumps, which is not a political game.
Okay, alright.
It's not a game about politics.
I'm waiting.
It is a game about boop.
That's my inner 5-year-old.
Somebody
right
took the time to craft a card game about poop. I'm not even sure how it's played, but it looks fairly intricate.
Duty.
It looks fairly intricate. Apparently it was written, though, with non-offensive language.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like...
So an offensive subject, all with non-offensive language.
Yeah, it's probably like, you know, when people want to say fart, but they end up saying flatulence so that they don't, like... What is it, like fecal matter or something like that? I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
But you can play a game all about poop! My
Wow.
cats are, like, freaking out over here right
They're
now.
running around and running into lights and all sorts of stuff. If you see, like, weird shadows going on. Well, along the lines of offensive gifts, I have found one called the underwear safe. Now, you might think, when I first saw underwear safe, I'm thinking, you know, it's like underwear with a carbon filter or something, so that it negates.
See, I just pictured like a
flatulence.
box that holds your underwear, and I'm like, why would you need that?
Right. Well, it's kind of along those lines. So apparently the idea is, if you have, it's kind of like putting money in a diaper. If you have a soiled or stained pair of underwear, and I'm not going to be graphic, but imagine an 18-wheeler having a wreck in your underpants. That's what we're talking about. It's got a special compartment in the front that you can put your money or your valuables or your jewelry, and then the idea is, and this actually comes from the thing, you can leave them in your room, or you can leave them by your towel at the beach, and nobody's going to go through stained undies
so
to
accurate,
look
though.
for your stuff. So, okay, solid. The idea is solid, right? Right? But are you going to leave a pair of stained undies by your towel on the beach?
That's disgusting. Okay, so with all that being said, here are some tips on how you can avoid being a terrible gift giver. Here's the thing, and number one, most important. All of these, well, not all of them, most of these gifts were terrible because people didn't think. Okay? It was like a last minute, you forgot about somebody, and you tried desperately to save face and come up with something. And you know what? Here's the thing. When you do that, the message that it sends is, you're not totally important enough to me to remember. You're also not totally important enough for me to say sorry. So I'm just going to give you this crappy gift.
People trying to save face.
Which I get.
You know, it's trying to save face, and I understand that. They're embarrassed or whatever. But, you know, the point is, just be thoughtful. I mean, the point of Christmas is...
Yes. Mm-hmm.
it's not the gift itself, it's you're thinking about the person.
Exactly.
It really is the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts, and there's nothing worse than giving a gift that says, I didn't think about you at all.
Yeah, because that's the message you're sending. Hey, just to let you know, you're super not important.
You're super not important to me. So just put a little thought in, guys, okay? And here's the thing. We're all humans. You are going to forget somebody every now and then.
It happens.
So when that happens, instead of being a terrible gift giver, maybe just apologize.
Yeah, be honest.
And come up with, get a gift later when you have the time to think about it and get something proper.
Actually, I have just come up with a brilliant idea. I have just had a brilliant idea. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you make up a bunch of cards. Now you'll have to go back and do this, but you make up a bunch of cards that say, I have donated $10 in your name to whatever society that you care for, that you think is amazing. And that way, if you forget somebody, you can just fill in their name. Then you actually have to send the $10.
You do actually have to send the $10.
But you're like, I was thinking of you,
idea.
and I know what kind of person you are, and so I donated $10 in your name to this. That could be a lifesaver right there. You're welcome,
That could be
Internet.
great. Or planted a tree in your honor. Or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Something
perfect.
like that.
Yeah, I bought a carbon credit. Whatever it is. Yeah.
Named a star after you.
Oh no, that's the most worthless. Half the time you can't even find it. That's just somebody who spent $20 on nothing gift for you. Yeah.
Number 2 for being a terrible gift giver is avoid gifts that are controversial. If you don't really know this person and you really know and have empirical evidence that they are going to like this thing, really avoid those gifts.
Stay away from gifts related to poop.
Yeah, poo or coal apparently could be really terrible.
Especially if you're just married.
Yes. And number 3, avoid things that are made from people.
Yeah, no teeth in jewelry, no old body parts, things like that. And don't do something lame like you've had this mossy oak candle that's been regifted 3 or 4 times from other people. Don't give that away.
I mean, unless you really don't like this person, don't. But okay, here's the thing. Christmas is a season of love. We need to work on loving everybody anyway. So even for people you're not particularly crazy about, don't give crap gifts, okay? For real.
Yeah.
You don't have to give big gifts. You don't have to give expensive ones. You can give homemade. In fact, I love getting homemade gifts. Those are some of my favorites.
I'm down. See, I'm down with the whole homemade gift thing.
Because that shows me that people actually took time and were thinking about me and did something with their own resources and time to make me something. That is super duper special.
And even if it's not a great gift, they're not the best artist or whatever in the world. They've spent their time thinking of you to make you something. I am for the homemade gifts.
Yes. So
that's kind of one of the things that we do as a family. I am definitely for the homemade gifts.
Go forth, be loving, be adventurous. Don't give crap gifts.
That's right.
Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and thank you for sharing this video with all your friends.
Make sure you note the new decoration.
Well, let's go on an adventure.